everybody, welcome back. Angela here again. It is always wonderful to spend some time with my favorite people, so thank you for joining me. I'm going to be doing a couple of pieces just to finish off some of the pages and some of the sort of bits and pieces I am wanting to do for this memory journal. So let's just go and have a look through that. If any of you are wanting to catch up on any of the sort of episodes I have completed so far, then you will find that in my Purple Passion Journal playlist. The link is below my video or on my YouTube channel. Next to videos you find a tab for playlist, so you can find it there. All right, so we're doing our memory journal. I'm on this was the very first section I did. I won't say page, it's like section, because we've got different sections here. We're still going to put signatures in. So that's the first one. So we're in the middle one. We did this one the last time, so you will have seen that. We are now here. So this is a very quick and easy one. I wanted to just catch up on a few bits. So let's get started. Right, so I'm going to just remove my two little clips that keep my various bits in place. That's going to remove these two projects. So you will have seen that we've made this project before with square envelopes. So remember, you can make your own envelopes. You don't need to have the actual ones. So you'll find this in the playlist as well. So that's that project. And then of course we had this project where you've got a flipping up section. We made these little like matchbook type little notepads that go in there. And then we've got a little tag over here. We've got some bits and a pocket in the back there as well. All right, now this one's got a flap, and that means that we will be flapping, fitting that to be a flip. So this is just a little envelope. This is all from my Purple Passion kit. So we just had a mini envelope here, which I have just stuck in there for you to put some ephemera pieces into. Now we are going to be attaching this underneath like that. And then we will cover that up, and I'm going to show you, and we'll start on this side straight away. All right, so bearing in mind with this one, I'm going to line it up with the actual fold line here of the envelope itself. So just want to keep that on that side there. I'm going to put some layered pockets here, not very difficult. I have used this lovely antique lace placemat that I have. It's part of an antique lace and linen collection that I was very fortunate to get hold of, and so you'll find this actual piece in my very first doily kit. All right, so that's the one I've used. That's how it comes out printed, and what I've done is I actually trimmed off various bits, and I'll show you now because it's slightly long, but it doesn't matter. It's perfect for what we're going to do. All right, so I fussy cut all around the edges of that. So I just put that to the side. What I then did was I backed it onto card. So just, no, not card, actually, very lightweight card. So really just whatever you have. This is just a scrappy bit of paper. What I then did was I cut it into 3 sections. So there's no, you'll see, just so that I can show you, you've got the bits. This is stuck onto card that was printed with my tea stain doily sheets. You know, the one I love to use a lot, this one from my tea, avo and lace pages. So I've stuck that doily once fussy cut onto the top of that, and then it gives it a slight 3D dimension. Looking at it here in front of me, I don't know if you picked that up on the video itself. All right, so I did just slightly distress it around the edges there, and I've cut it into more or less 3 sections. So that's the top, that's the middle, and that's the end. All right, then I did need to trim off a slight bit, because when I was fitting this to the edge here and to the edge there, I needed just to make sure that I had, and you can't see this here, but you're looking at 1/8 of an inch away from the actual envelope's fold line. Right, that's because we want that to come up to there. So before you cut it in 3, just cut off the excess bit there according to where your envelope is, and then cut it into the 3. All right, and then I've used my art glitter glue just to make sure I got all the edges stuck down. You can stitch around this, but we are going to overlap these slightly, and that is why I didn't size that doily to fit this page. It's slightly longer, which is great. It just gives me that amount to make these into layered pockets. All right, so that's what we've done there. So we've got this bit here, and I think what I will start with is I'm just going to take this flap here. I'm going to take hold of my no, I'm scared of the art glitter glue today. No, just for this because it just doesn't give me that 1 or 2 seconds that I need just to position this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fabric tackle. I think there's Beacon, 3-in-1 Beacon in here. It's pretty much very similar things, just depends where in the world you live really. Okay, so I'm just going to get some of that on there. I'm going to turn that down. We're going to lift up the flap here, and we're going to just fit it in, and then I just want to have it so it's not too close, but pretty close to that fold line. You just want a little bit of a, you don't want to inhibit the page folding over. So if I just hold the bits from below and just make sure that that's going to fold, and it will. So that one is right. So that's in the right place. We can now flip that all over. And that's in position. Now we can close this all up and we're ready to go. So the first one I'm going to start with is the bottom. So hopefully I've got the measurement right here, and I do. Gosh, that's lucky. All right, so you might want to just check that before you stick it down so that this is going to actually lie flat, which it does. If not, then just take a thin amount off that edge there, just so that it's not going to press into that fold line and make that like stand like that rather than that. Okay, so that's what I've done there. So we're going to take the first one and we're going to just stick that down. And again, I will just use my fabric tack as it is open. It doesn't matter which glue you use. I'm going to be going onto the 3 sides. You can use double-sided tape, of course, whatever your preferred adhesive in this case is. You know, it is just paper. Right, so I've got that ready. Let's just sink this through. I'm starting with the wrong end. Oh, just as well I didn't stick that down. Right, we need to start with the top. Yes, start with the top, Angela. So this one we can stick all the way around. Okay, had to think about that for a minute. Okay, it's different when you're layering it up than when you're gluing, isn't it? You need to get it right. So this one we can stick all the way down. There's no flap that's going to be required for this one. So we'll start at the top. Get that right on this side. And again, as I said to you, just make sure that you don't buff it right into the fold line there. So I've got that pretty all right, I think. Okay, there we go. That one's stuck down. Now you can layer going this way. So we'll take the middle piece and we're going to just layer that slightly over there, so that you've just covered a little bit there, like that, and then you'll be able to take the last one and stick that down last of all. Okay, so hold it on the side you don't want the glue on, and put it onto the 3 sides, so just so that your stuff doesn't fall right down to the bottom, never to be retrieved again. All right, so I'm doing it on 3 sides like that. Okay, so we've got that sorted. And then, as I said, start with the middle, the edge bit, so that you get that right. Just lap it over slightly, and then line that up with the opposite side over here. Now, it obviously doesn't match completely on this side, but unless you're going to print out 3 of these and measure it to where you want to and waste a lot, you know, that's up to you. But I didn't want to waste, so but of course you could, and you could match it up. Right, so we can go back to the bottom one now that I had a last minute thought about. Just put a little bit more glue on here. And then you can now do the same with this one. So start with this end, marry that up, make sure you don't get it into the, there we go, like that, and that looks pretty good. Okay, so you've got your lovely doily now, and you've also got, let me just take one of these cabinet cards. You've got your place to put in lots of ephemera and family photographs here. All right, so we've let that dry so long. I want to do a little bit of a decoration on here. I've taken one of these lovely positive sentiments. I'm going to go with this one, Nurture Your Soul. I'm going to make it into a little pocket. So I am going to just put it on the 3 sides here, like that. Gosh, I've got the neighbour's daughter playing loud music there. I hope you can't hear it. It's not my child, you know, although she wouldn't do it when I'm filming, but anyway, they're on holiday. I've made just a little tag bit here, so it's a little tag. You can easily do this just cutting out a rectangle and angling it. I've just taken a little circle that I've cut out from my punch. I've just put holes through both of those. I've just used, if you knew, I've just got one of these before I had a what is that called now? That thingy, the punch. I've got one of these. So this is just a Fiskars. It's a smaller punch, and it makes slightly smaller holes. So it's the first one I had. And then I've just put those holes through there with, again, with some Avril yarn that I have. A little bit of a die cut there from Tim Holtz, and then just some scrappy bits and my smaller little sentiments. I just wanted a smaller word on there. All right, so I'm going to just tick tuck, can't speak today, tuck that in there like that. And then I've got one of my fussy cuts. I thought I wanted some color underneath here. I'm just going to put that over here. So let's just do that quickly. How are you all keeping? Thank you. If you're one of my one of the members in the Facebook group, special warm welcome to you guys. I've been having the most wonderful conversations and shares there. It's really been amazing. Such a positive atmosphere and such wonderful people, and you're all amazing, honestly are. It's just the highlight of my day. So yeah, really lovely. And you're welcome to join us if you are looking for like-minded people. And you know, you don't have to be good at crafting. You can be a total newbie. We'll guide you all the way with love and positivity. How's that? Do I want that there? Do I want that there? No, I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this here. There we go. So I've just stuck a little butterfly on there. And I have got tiny pearls. Should I grab one? Come on, I haven't put pearls on here for ages because I was very wary of trying to keep it flat. But I have got these half pearls. I just want to grab my little tweezers. I got these from Helen. Thank you, Helen. And I'm going to just, I do like to dab it with a little bit of glue first. So I think I'm going to just put a little bit of glue there, tiny spot. Right. And then I'm going to just take these little tweezers, pick this up. These are handy little goodies, little tools. And then just put that. I need my little pokey tool as well. Oops. Right. And then I can just drop that down there. How cute is that? So there we go. Right. So if I just show you, how sweet is that? Excuse my hands, they're full of tea. All tea staining. Right, there we go. So there, that's that little pocket there, and just put a little bit of the Avril yarn, which I mentioned last time. which is from Nesso Studio. Right, they're on Etsy. Right, so we've got our pockets here. What I have done is I've been I've been covering all my cabinet cards that are in my cabinet card, vintage cabinet card collection, well, the antique really. I have put different things on the back. I've either put the nice antique lace paper, which is in that avocado tea and lace kit, so you can write on them, and I thought it was a perfect fit for this kind of theme. Or some of the others, and you can see I've put my darker tea stain paper, just because I'm not a fan of it and I wanted to work it away, and it would be an area that I could still use to back them with. So I've got a whole selection of these here. I've done them all, so it just gives them that nice firmness, and you know, and you're able to use right on the back of them. So that's what I did there. So that's my vintage cabinet card selection, and they're loads. I've also cut out some of my smaller invoices as well. My daughter just did a little bit of a stenciling on the back there for me in antique linen, the digital one, and a doily. And now you can write on the back of there. I love this one because it's from a milliner, and it's for a bonnet. And I just love that. This is from 1898, so I just love that. For Miss Campbell in Edinburgh. So I love that. So that also goes beautifully with the color scheme, so I thought that's it. This is not, so that's the vintage invoice and ephemera pack of mine, and then this is from my Purple Passion ephemera kit. So this is just one of the piano reveries that they were having, so it's got some of the bits that match with this, so that's that. So I'm actually going to use these bits on the one side today, and on this side I'm going to put some of my vintage other bits. What I wanted to show you as well, while that's drying nicely there, we've pretty much covered that. We'll get to this side in a minute. I did share with you last time when we were doing this piece here that I made these, we cut the top off here and made a pocket. Remember that? Alright, so what is going to go in here are, in my vintage cabinet cards, I think it is, I've got the family record sheets, which I had in mind for this particular project. So you will be able to fill in, you know, the marriage of two people, the children, the births that they've had. It's got name, place, date, etc. The marriages of these two, and then of course the deaths. So all the records are available for whichever two members of the family. So if it's the grandparents, etc. All right, and then on the back I have just slightly distressed it, put some of my scrappy bits along with some of my floral fussy cut images just there, and you can make some more notes that might not be necessarily relevant to one of these areas here. So you might want to have details about their professions or anything else that comes up. All right, so that is a great one, and I'm going to end up putting that in here. So for example, that's the one. Now we will cover over this section, but that's the kind of thing that we're talking about for these big pockets. All right, so I have done a couple of these for myself and just put on some bits on the back there. Now for other bits of ephemera, this is also part, and I did 2 sheets of those, so I've got 2 lots of these, are the marriage little bits as well. If you're wanting just to write about a marriage of some of your family members, then you've got little details there, and you could either put a little photo of them there, or if you have, or just write their name or initial in a very lovely way. All right, so those would also be great ways to document those, so that you'll find in my cabinet card selection. Okay, so let's get on with this page now. This page over here, I'm going to use one of my invoices to fit onto this side here, and it's only going to go halfway. I will cover up this section because I needed to cut this off from the side here. That bit is actually going to fit very nicely and work over this section over here. All right, So it is unfortunate. I might actually tuck this underneath because I quite like the purple, a little stamp in on there. So, and it goes with everything. So I thought I might just tuck that underneath like that. You could cut that bit off because that's actually pretty as well. All right, so this is from 1873. Lovely. This is from Furnishing Ironmongers as well. So what were they making? Lamps. So lamps. All right, so I'm going to stick this down here. Talk so much today. Right, so these are, as I said, these are all from the kits that I have that I've put together in my Etsy stall for this particular project, and I'm loving working on the family tree and adding all the bits. As I said, it's such a wonderful thing to discover in your own family. It really is. And this would make an amazing Christmas or birthday gift or anniversary gift for your grandparents or older family members, even younger family members. You know, they always want to know where they come from. So you can't go wrong. I just think it's wonderful. Okay, so we've got that there. And as I said, I might just cut that bit off because, oh yeah, I wanted to put that underneath, didn't I? So you see, it's just as well I'm using the Fabri-Tac because I wouldn't be able to do this with the art glitter glue. So I'm going to just measure up here. And yeah, it's just about there. So if I just grab the scissors and cut that off, and I'll keep that because it's a pretty little emblem. I'm going to then just put this glue. Now let me just see. I don't want it to go over my pocket area, so I'll just do that like that. And like that. Right, so we can just lift that up and we can get that under. That. Let's just see, is it lining up? We just line it up with the one above, and there we have it. Beautiful penmanship on here. Even the ink looks purple. It's just amazing. Right, so yeah, just this section and this section. Okay, perfect. Okay, there we have it. I did just take my distress ink and run it over the edges around both of those before I started. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to take this bit here. This is like this on the back because it's going to be a pocket. I just want to tuck that, glue that flap down because it's a mailer and you don't want anything getting caught, any tag or piece of ephemera that goes in here. So I'm just going to take my glue. You could use double-sided tape, as I said, giving this a good, nice, solid edge, like that, right the way up. There we go. Going to flip that over and be mindful of where I need to place it on this edge here. So I want to just get that right, like that. So it's close to the edge because this is a wide envelope. You want to make sure that you get it right. Okay, and probably easier to do this on a flat surface without having the page. But what I'm going to do is I am going to clip it in place just so that I can let it dry where I want it to dry. So I want to just move that over and put my first clip on here, and this is where these clips are absolutely marvelous. So get them, they are worth it. I use them for so many things. You can find all of these things, I mean, I'm sure at many places. They are quilting clips, so and they've got a strong closure, so this metal bit really presses hard. So you will not be sorry. You will have it where you need it to be. Right, so I've just got a few of those around there, and that will sort itself out. I haven't clipped the top one down, but you don't really need to. I'm wanting the bottom, and that will dry in place now. This bit here looks great. All right, move that back down. I want to get the cover done next, I think. So we will do that, and then I'll show you about the signatures, which won't be elaborate. All right, so you've got your pocket in place here now. All that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bit of ephemera. I'm going to just stick that in the top there. And then this little bit that I showed you earlier, I think I wanted to move this over a bit. Let's move it this way. All right, and then I will put this behind here, just showing, move that a bit down, just getting it right. And there we go. All right. Okay, so that is everything I think today, short of just moving this over and putting in a couple of these cabinet cards and things on the side. So depending which family members you wanted to have a look at, I'm bearing in mind the different backing cards, which you can write a lot of details on. I'm going to just put a couple of these in here. So I've got two here, that's why. I'm going to put this one in the top, like that. I'm going to just find a couple of others. So let's see, we're going to have this lovely lady. We'll put her in here. And we want a bit of a pink one, so we'll have maybe this one here. That's lovely. And she's a member of this family, so let's just change that around like that. And then this is the grandmother at the top here, so we'll have her over there. And then I'm going to take one of these marriage goodies and I'm going to just slide it that way, no, this way, over there. Okay, so there it's all coming together. You could even put another person's photo over there, you know, to add more detail. So if we have this lovely young man sliding in there, we could store his details in there as well. Okay, so there's that page. Quick and easy, you guys can do that, so I'm sure you can. We had another, I just want to close that. We had another envelope spot where I think I've cut at the top here. I did, yes. So this now will go into this section here. So we've got the pocket we did over there. So there's one of those. And then it's all looking really beautifully layered, and I love that. And then on the side at the top here, I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to put it into this big pocket here, because you've got your father's side of the family and you've got your mother's side of the family, haven't you? So we want to have all those bits in there. You might have different branches. I mean, if you go to your grandparents, then you're looking at 4 different families possibly. All right, so that's what we've done today. I hope that was lovely for you, quick and easy, not too difficult. Use those doilies, use various bits of fabrics and things that you have. I really love this where I added a little bit there. And you can keep adding to this as you find things in your various, you know, as you're looking for things to go into your keepsake journal. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for following along with me today. Always a pleasure. Let me know what you think. Love to see you in the Facebook group if you're not a member already. And of course, the members that are there. I look forward to seeing what you guys are going to create and all your beautiful shares, which are just absolutely amazing. Thank you, everyone. Until next video, which will be on Sunday, I'm going to share with you my little tips and tricks that I've learned on how to sort out your embosser sort of big shot plates when they have become very bent. I've got a quick and easy way to do that. It's not my own idea, but it's definitely a workable one, and you should never have to buy those plates again if you follow this 10-minute video on Sunday. So have a look out for that. And as I said, cheerio everybody. I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.